Okay, right now I'm going to show how to design the house using the software program we have called PC Draft. And I'm going to follow right along with the notes that are in the Millville workbook. And I'm going to start on the page where it says Millville Home Design, and it says PC Draft Directions right below that. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to open up the program. Um, the first way is to use the Start menu. If you go to Start and you go to Programs, you go to Microspot, PC Draft, you can click on PC Draft. However, the computers sometimes freeze up when we use the Start menu, so there's another way to get to it, and I'll show you that right now. You can go to My Computer, C Drive, Program Files, look for a folder that's called Microspot, open up the PC Draft folder, and then you can click on the executable file for PC Draft. Okay, this is the screen that's going to show up when you open the program for PC Draft. And the first thing that it asks you to do after you have the program open is to set the scale to 1/16 of an inch equals 1 foot, which is the same as the scale for Millville. So to do that, we go to Layout, Set Scale, and then we use this drop down arrow here to select 1/16 of an inch equals 1 foot. And then click OK. I'm actually on number 4 now in the book, if you're following along in your Millville books. Number 4 says now set the grid to 2 feet. In order to do that, you need to go to Layout, Set Grid, 2 feet. Number 5 says to set the fill to none, and that's the N next to the paint bucket color palette, which is right here. I clicked on that little button there, and then the N for no fill, which is located right here. That takes me to step number 6 to make sure that the pixel is selected at 1. It should default to 1, but just to verify, make sure there's a number 1 in this box. Now it says to open the show size palette. In order to do that, you need to go to View, Palettes, Show Size. This allows you to see the size of objects as you make them. Number 8 says to select File, then Page Setup, and then change the page setup to the landscape position. That'll make the page horizontal as opposed to vertical. Select OK, and now I've seen that my page rotates around to the horizontal position. At this time, you'd want to save your project. You're going to title it House with your name. So in order to do that, you need to go to File, Save As, and I need you to drop down this arrow and make certain that you're in your file. By that I mean your last name, first initial last name shows up, and your directory, you click on that. If you might want to make a new folder, you can simply right click on the white area, go to New Folder, and once that folder is made, you can name it House or Tech, if you will. And once that folder is created, you can open it and then save your file name as your last name, House, and then click Save. You can now see that it's saved because the name changed over here from Untitled to Tarja House. If I wanted to save it a second time, what I would do is I would name that, go to File, Save As, and save it as Tarja House 1 after it. And then in the next time I save it, I would save it as Tarja House 2. and so on and so on. That way, every time you save it, you have a new save, so that if you make any mistakes, you only lose the work that you've done since your last save. Okay, at that point, you should have your file saved with all your settings ready to go.